trying this for a third time. Hopefully, I don't dox myself like I did the first two times. Anyway, this is. I'm not gonna beat the whole game in one sitting. At best, I'll probably get to the inverted castle. Anyway, I've linked my Twitch page. This is just a YouTube exclusive upload that I'm doing. And I'm enabling luck mode. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. I think it's Q. Let me check because I don't want to have to come back and do this. Hold on. Yep, that's it. And so this will be the first installment. Yeah, I have my little I'll just be quiet for a minute and let you watch the intro. Anyway, so this is the Sega Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. It is an English translation. This is a fan translation. Because to my knowledge, this game was never released in English on Sega Saturn. And so some pretty awesome people did they did a fan translation. Oops. Anyway, so I do normally stream to Twitch. This is a YouTube. I'll be quiet.
闇の神官シャフトの手によって復活したドラキュラ伯爵はリヒター・ベルモンドにより倒された。しかしそれから4年後の満月の夜、彼は謎の失踪を遂げた。行方を追って当てのない旅に出たマリア・ラーネットであるが、道中行く先を示唆するかのようにある事件が発生した。伝説では100年に一度しかよみがえるはずのないドラキュラ城が忽然と姿を現したのだ。時を同じくして一人の男にも異変が起きていた。彼の名はアルカール。かつてラルフ・シー・ベルモンドと共に父であるドラキュラを滅ぼした男だ。彼は自分の呪われた血を断つために自らその能力を封印し、覚めることのない眠りについたはずだった。だがその眠りは妨げられ、汚らしふるさとが復活したことを知った。そして今さまざまな思いを抱き、宿命の魂がドラキュラ城に集う。闇に浮かぶ月だけが真実を知るのか。
You can move the now loading screen by holding any direction on the D-pad. Anyway, so this is the Sega Saturn version of Symphony of the Night, an English translation. It's being upscaled by a Retrotink 5X. I think 5X Pro. I'm doing now is just leveling up a little bit so that this first part of the game is not like as hard, because the hardest part of this game is just starting out. And so if you will level up a few times, then it makes the first part of this game like not nearly as hard. And so apparently, I think I've tried to do death skip on the Sega Saturn version. I think I've seen a YouTube video of a guy doing it, but like I literally spent an entire day trying to do death skip, and I couldn't, I couldn't do it, and so I just don't even worry about death skip anymore. It takes the fun out of the game anyway. It makes it too easy. I mean, if you start out with like, the Alucard sword, it just makes the game too easy, and it takes the fun out of it. Anyway, so you've probably seen like anyone who, is English speaking has probably only seen the PlayStation version of this game, because the Sega Saturn game, like I said, was only released in Japan. But a few years ago, they came out with some fan translations in English, and that's when I bought this game, and I love it. This is my favorite game ever, I think. Ah, shit. And yeah, I'll try and keep cussing to a minimum, but just a heads up, I mean, you're probably going to hear uh, definitely some profanity, especially like if I die in like a cheap way or something. But anyway, I am on Twitch. My username is Lucy Gets Lucky, and I have that linked in the chat. But this video that I'm streaming now, this is going to be exclusive to YouTube, and I'm going to play through this game from start to finish. And I'm not in one setting, but probably in 2 or 3 sittings. Hold on. Aw, you butthead. And so I like to use this sword, even though the attack is 4 instead of 5. You can attack much more quickly, and so you can like fire off more attacks in a shorter period of time. Let's see. I'm gonna go in here and heal. That's the thing, like really getting past the first boss on this game is like, excuse me, probably like one of the harder parts, because you're just like, you have such crappy items, and you're at a low level and you have bad weapons, uh bad equipment, and so that's why it's important to level up the few times like I did. Oh, I need to go back to the short sword. So leveling up just like 3 times at the beginning of the game, it makes a huge difference, because otherwise the first boss is like really hard if you don't do any leveling up. And then afterwards, after you beat the first boss, the next thing I like to do is to go get the jewel knuckles, because those are that's a very powerful weapon, and it makes the game like a lot like not easy enough to where it's too easy, but easy to the point where it's not like stressful to play this game. Because like the first time I played this game, I didn't know about the jewel knuckles, and I died a lot, to put it simply. Now let me switch back to the Basilard. I'm not sure if and there's a lot of things in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce them correctly, but I'm going to do my best. And so if I'm mispronouncing something, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to update my pronunciation. Oops. Shit. I'm trying not to get poisoned, bruh. Trying not to get poisoned by this little thing that keeps dropping the poison. Anyway, the reason I'm uploading this to YouTube is so that I can have it, permanently, because Twitch only saves your videos. I guess for someone like me who's new, they only save my videos for 7 days. And I mean, I can understand why, like, if they save everybody's videos, then they'll just have like a massive amount of content to store that may or may not be worth, anyone else's time to watch it. And so this may or may not be worth anyone's time to watch it, but hopefully, if you like Sega Saturn, and if you like Symphony of the Night, this is definitely the, I guess maybe I'm biased, But I like this version. I've actually never played it on the PlayStation, but this version has more content in it. I think it has maybe 3 additional areas that aren't on the PlayStation version. And I think the Sega Saturn is just a cool console to begin with. Like, it was very misunderstood. Like, it failed because, you know, when PlayStation came out, it was, I think, the PlayStation was $100 cheaper than the Sega Saturn. And so nobody really bought the Sega Saturn. And that's why games are crazy expensive today. Ah, crap. But yeah, the Sega Saturn was a very misunderstood system. And you know, it simply couldn't compete. And there was, you know, if you're familiar with Sega in the 90s, there was like, they just botched the launch of the system, and they had the you know, the Sega 32X and Sega CD add-ons that launched, I want to say maybe like 6 months before the Sega Saturn was already out in Japan when they launched the Sega 32X and Sega CD add-ons, or at least I know that about the 32X. And so Sega of America and Sega in Japan, from what I understand, they weren't doing a good job of like communicating and working together. And so, unfortunately, Sega of America just kind of did whatever they wanted to do, which wasn't the best business move, like the best business decisions, and consequently, the Sega Saturn suffered. Which is why it's, you know, a misunderstood console. I mean, very few people owned it back in the day, and even less people held on to it and the games. And so to find a Sega Saturn, let alone the games are so insanely expensive. This is a reproduction version. Like I said, it's a fan translation. And, you know, like, low-key, I'm not even sure if it's, like, legal or what sort of, like, copyright, you know, stuff there is on it. But, like, there's a guy who sells reproductions of Sega Saturn and Sega CD games, and, you know, he's the one selling them. And so, presumably, if anyone were to get in trouble, it'd be him. But anyway, all that nonsense aside, you know, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to even play this game, because I wouldn't be able to play it purely in Japanese. And I mean, even the Japanese version. So I've imported several games for Sega Saturn from Japan, like Mega Man, I should say Rockman X3, X4, Rockman 8, um, and a few other games from Japan, and those were far less expensive than, say, Mega Man X3, X4, and Mega Man 8. Like, funny story. So, when I bought this system, I saw a guy on Facebook Marketplace. He was down in Atlanta, and he had a US version, original Sega Saturn version of Mega Man 8. And against my better judgment, I offered him $500 for it. He was so offended by my lowball offer that he cussed me out and blocked me. And he said, "Oh, this is an $800 game." And he was like, "I won't take a penny less than $800. And I'm just like, good luck with that, bro. I mean, I ended up importing Rockman 8 from Japan, which I think is a cooler game. I mean, it's the exact same game. It's just I can't read the text, but it's a Mega Man game. You don't need to read the text. You just need to blast the enemies and beat the stages. But that was back when, like, inflation was, like, ridiculously high, and, like, everybody thought that, like, every piece of junk that they owned was worth, that was back when, like, used cars are still going for, like, I don't know, they're not as bad as they were. Like, people were trying to sell used cars for just, like, insane amounts of money. And this is back when, like, all the stimulus was going on, like the COVID stimulus packages, and everybody had money. Everybody had money to burn, and it just, not trying to get political here, but just those stimulus packages, like giving everybody, $750 checks, like, time after time, and it just made the price of everything go up. I mean, if everybody has cash to burn, then, like, people who are selling goods and services, I mean, they're going to sell it to whomever is willing to pay the most. I mean, that's how a free market works. I mean, and so anyway, long story short, that guy was trying to sell Mega Man 8, and he wouldn't take a penny less than $800. And even though I offered him $500, which, like, looking back on it, I can't believe I offered him $500 for it, because that is a lot of money to spend on a single video game. I mean, for $500, I bought my Sega Saturn and, like, 10 games. I mean, that's like my entire collection. I don't even know that I've spent $800 on my entire, like, system, my console, plus all of my video games. And so, yeah, it's like you can own, the original, like, US release of Mega Man 8 for $800, or you can go buy it, import the Japanese version from Japan and, like, 10 other games, and, reproduction, English translation games for even less money. So it's like, would you rather have, like, a library of games, or would you rather have the original? And it's like, that's what people don't realize. Like, these guys throwing these bones are like snipers. Anyway, this is not like it was a graded, like, sealed in-box version of the game. Like, I'm not a collector. A. B, I'm not someone who's gonna buy a game just to like put it in a display case and be like, ooh, like show my friends like, hey, come over and look at my Sega Saturn game collection in this display case. Like, no, man, I buy these games to play them, and it's like, I mean, if that guy, if he wants $800 for it, he needs to go have it graded and have it sealed in a box. But it's like, you got to know your market. I mean, nobody's going to pay $800 for a game that they intend on playing. It's like stadium events on the original Nintendo system. I mean, I hear, like, as of today, the last sale of one of those games that I've heard was maybe like 50 to 60, or maybe like $100,000. And it's like, those people aren't playing those games. Like, they're putting them up in a display case and, showing them off to their friends. And like, I'm sorry, but Sega, or I mean, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not stadium events. Like, this is not that rare of a game. This is not like a holy grail, it's not, don't get me wrong, this is like my favorite game ever, but it's not like stadium events, which is like, the rarest holy grail game out there that, people would be willing to spend $100,000 on, because chances are there's going to be other collectors that would also be willing to spend that kind of money on that game. And it's because it's a collector's item, not because of its playability. Like, they're not spending $100,000 on stadium events because it's a fun game to play. Anyway, I do have a ROM of stadium events, and maybe I'll play that sometime. I have a modded, it's a Super Nintendo Mini, or Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, whatever it's called. But it's modded to include every Super Nintendo and original Nintendo game that was released in the US, so it's something like 1,500 games between the two systems. And stadium events is on there. And maybe I'll play it sometime, but anyway, so yeah, I thought that was so funny when that guy was so offended by my offer. And I can't believe I actually offered that guy $500. I mean, even if he had said yes, I'm sure I would have regretted it, because that's just too much money to spend on a game that is not like investment quality. Like, I was looking to purchase that game to play it, not to have an investment grade investment. Like, no games that you'll ever see me play are investment grade. Like, I don't buy games as an investment. I buy games to play them, not as an investment. I mean, like, I buy stocks and other, other assets as investments, not video games. Not saying that, some video games can be a good investment, say for instance stadium events, but Mega Man 8 on Sega Saturn, come on, bro, that's not an investment. And I can guarantee you he did not get, or yeah, he did not get $800 for that game. And yeah, it's a cool game, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth $800. Like, some people have no concept of like the dollar. I mean, $800. $800 can buy a used car on Facebook Marketplace. Now, granted, it might not be the best used car, and it might blow up after a couple hundred miles, but I mean, yeah, $800 will buy you a used car. I mean, literally, like. And this guy was trying. I still, and that was like 3 years ago, and I'm still talking about it. I don't think I'll ever get over that. This guy trying. Oh, I didn't realize you could sit in that chair. I think there's something special that you unlock if you sit in all the chairs. And so I will do my best to remember to sit in all the chairs. Now, this boss battle is actually kind of a pain in the rear end, but like the game gets a lot easier after this. Uh-oh, I might need to eat a pork chop. I'll use a potion. No, yeah, I'll use a pork chop. And see, I could have lived without eating that pork chop, but I just didn't want to die and have to fight that guy again. Anyway, so now the plan is to go up to the top of the castle wall, or whatever this area is called. Get the save point. Open up the teleport room, and then I'm going to go back and level up some more in this particular room. Let's see, is this the library? I don't want to go in there just yet. I have nothing to get. Or actually, I do need to go to the library. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go to the library. I need to buy the Jewel of Open so that I can open doors in other parts of the castle. And so I'll just run in and out of the library really quick. This music, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it makes me feel like I'm at the fresh market and I'm like shopping for some, you know, high-end coffee or something. Although I mean, the fresh market does have like really good meats and cheeses and things like that. That's what, like, I like to go to the fresh market for meats, you know, like say a steak or burger or bacon or whatever. And then get all my groceries like at Publix or Harris Teeter or whatnot. Because the fresh market, they do have good, you know, like a good like butchery section and, you know, a few other things, but like say just like buying like a bag of chips or, you know, beer. I mean, not that I even drink anymore, but say buying beer at the fresh market is like so much more expensive than buying it at Publix or Harris Teeter. Let me switch swords. But yeah, the fresh market, I do love it. Ah, crap. I don't like to shop for everything at the fresh market. I like to get my meats, maybe a few like specialty items like some candies and snacks. Also, I think I've mentioned before, but I am using the Retrotink, what is it, the 5X Pro upscaler, which makes a huge difference. So, yeah, you can't skip this conversation, but anyway, the Retrotink, and this is not like a sponsored, I'm not sponsored by Retrotink or anything, but I had previously been playing this game, like, you know, to play a Sega Saturn on a modern TV, you have to get an HDMI converter. And so I just got a cheap one off of, let's see, I want to sell some jewels. Yeah, I'll go ahead and sell that. I had gotten a cheap HDMI converter off of, I think Amazon or something like that. And, you know, it allowed me to play my Sega Saturn games. But in hindsight, it does not do these games justice, or like any like Sega Saturn, like the cheap HDMI converter. A Retrotink is the way to go. And I mean, I know like it's a lot of money, and there are some other options like the open source scan, whatever, OSSC. I forget what it stands for, but my understanding is the OSSC takes a little more configuration, and I believe it's all in Japanese. And so it can be a little more difficult to set up, whereas the Retrotink is more plug and play. And like, you go through and you configure the settings that you want, and then you can save those settings to a profile, and that's what I do. I just have like the profile that I had set up on the first day I owned it. And it maybe took like, I spent maybe an hour going through all of the settings on the Retrotink and finding, you know, the configuration that worked for me. And I mean, if you'll notice, there's like a little bit of blank space on the right side of the screen, as well as the top of the screen. But in order to, oh no, I just died. I was too busy talking and not paying attention to my health. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Can't believe I just did that. Anyway, so I'm still in the library, so I just need to go back and buy those couple items, and thankfully I didn't lose too much progress. But I will pay better attention this time so that that does not happen again. Oh no, don't tell me I have to fight this guy again. Bro. I thought I had saved it in the library. Oh well. Yeah, and see, so I just hit him with a critical hit with the jewel knuckle, and yeah, it just the second punch I landed. And I think that's, the lapis lazuli, the luck mode. It makes you get critical hits far more often, and I guess I just landed some good, or yeah, a good critical hit because yeah, it only took 2 punches to beat that guy, to beat the doppelganger. Anyway, so I think I was talking about the Retrotink. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up here and save this first, which is what I meant to do last time. Yeah, how do you like that jewel knuckle? You don't like that. You don't like that jewel knuckle because it just knocks you out. I'll go in here and open up this teleport room and then just leave, so that later, if I'm in a different part of the castle and I want to teleport back here, I can use that teleport room since I've unlocked it. Oh, I can't believe I just died in the library. That was silly. So I just activated the elevator. And I'm not going in that other section. Yeah, give me that. I'll go here and save it so I don't have to fight the doppelganger again. Won't make that mistake again. Anyway, so if you are on the fence about, like, don't get me wrong, that cheap HDMI converter, I think I paid like 20 or 30 bucks for it. And that allowed me to, experience Sega Saturn games and be able to play them on my, modern TV. But, if you have the money, let's see, do I want to get out here? Yeah. If you have the money and you're on the fence about, if you should get an upscaler, I highly, highly recommend the Retrotink. And so to that effect, I will say there are different cables. I learned a lot about the you know, the audio visual cables, and so I ended up buying a $30 let's see, 17 and 10. Yeah, we'll go with the Bekatoa. So I'm using a SCART cable, and it is a RGB SCART with C-Sync, which is, so there's composite sync and then sync on composite, which apparently are two different things, and then there's sync on Luma and sync on something else, and I mean there's a lot of different SCART cables out there. But the one I have is Insurrection Industries RGB SCART C-Sync, and it does an excellent job, and it's fully shielded, meaning all of the wires inside are, I think they're encased in copper or some other metal that prevents interference from the other cables that are inside of it, because apparently you can get some like noise interference if you don't have a fully shielded. And there's different ways to go. Like you could have like a composite. There's something called, like, a company called HD Retrovision that they make a I guess composite cable that you can hook up to an upscaler. I did a little bit of research and decided that I wanted to go with the SCART option. So yeah, I got the RGB SCART, the fully shielded RGB SCART C-Sync, and yes, it was $28 before shipping, which is a lot to pay for a cable that I'm only going to use on my Sega Saturn, but totally worth it. It is highly compatible with the Retrotink, and you know, the quality of this picture, I mean, it's hard to do it justice. Like I'll do a comparison video one day, maybe in the near future, because using the cheap HDMI converter versus using the upscaler and the RGB SCART cable, it is a world of difference. I mean, the colors, like the smoothness, the overall quality, like, I mean, this looks like, I'll venture to say this looks better than a Sega Saturn used to look on TVs in the mid-90s. I don't think the Sega Saturn was ever designed to look this good. And I'm very, let's see, what do I want to buy? I'll buy a library card while I'm at it. 2 potions. I don't think the Sega Saturn was ever intended to look this good. Or shouldn't say intended. It was never designed to look this good. Like, the Retrotink and the upgraded SCART cable that I have really make the picture quality. It's truly amazing, and that's I will do a comparison video of like, and I'll put them side by side. I mean, I'm not really good at being a content creator, and so I'll have to figure out how to like line up two videos side by side. Let's see. No, the Rapier is not as good. But the quality, oh, I could go on for days about the Retrotink. I mean, it is such amazing quality. Come here. Yeah, we're not going to do this again. Come back up here so I can give you some of this jewel knuckle. Yeah. Books, take that. Don't read books, punch them. And I can actually, I'll put links to, I mean, it's a lot easier to find the Retrotink. I mean, you just go on retrotink.com and they only have like 3 or 4 different upscalers, or 3 or 4 different products total, and so it's kind of, but the SCART cable that I'm using, I will, crap, I'll link that because, and I did a lot of research, because I would rather spend, I mean, it's not even about the money. I mean, yeah, $28 is a lot of money for a Sega Saturn cable that's not compatible with any other system. I mean, the Sega Saturn's 30 years old at this point. But I did a lot of research, and basically the only place to find like high quality SCART cables are just a couple of companies. Like, one is in the Great Britain. Is this the way I want to go? Give me that. One of the companies is in Great Britain, and I didn't feel like waiting for, international shipping. And so that's when I found Insurrection Industries. And I think they are a relatively new company, maybe just a few years old. But I can attest firsthand that the RGB SCART cable that I got from them is top notch. I mean, it is excellent quality. There is no audio or visual interference. The gameplay looks good, sounds good. And I have my hardware, like my setup, listed on Twitch, but I'm using an Elgato. I think I have it in the title or in the description of this video too, but it's an Elgato, what is it called? I think an HD60 X or something, and they make higher end capture cards, and Retrotink actually makes a 4K upscaler, but I don't even think you can, like, it's kind of pushing the boundaries of like what technology can do to even upscale something like a Sega Saturn game, which I think the native resolution is like, don't quote me on this, like 440p? I don't know. Like half of what 1080p is, but to being able to upscale this to 1080p and like enhance the colors and the smoothness and all of that is a pretty big technological feat. And so the thing is, I don't even know that, like, I could go out and spend, and a 4K upscaler from Retrotink is like $700 or $800. I mean, granted, I've, paid $325 for, wait, do I want to go down here? I don't want to go to the underground mine just yet. Anyway, $325 is a lot of money, regardless of who you are. And, that's why I say, I mean, not everybody, and I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I could justify spending that much on an upscaler that I will most likely only use for my Sega Saturn, because all of my other consoles are, HD compatible already. But then again, Sega Saturn is my favorite because, like I said, it is the most, one of the more, I won't say the most, or the most misunderstood console. I would say that's the Virtual Boy, of which I also have one of those. I don't know if you can see it, but this is it right here. I keep it on a little, I have a shoe rack with all my shoes, and I just keep my Virtual Boy on top of that. But anyway, I'd say the Virtual Boy is probably one of the most misunderstood consoles, and that, I think, came out around the same time as the Sega Saturn. These are both 32-bit consoles, which, I think the PS1, and don't quote me on this, I think the PS1 is 32-bit, but for the most part, you went from like 16-bit to 64-bit, and there's not a lot of, I think PS1 is like really the only mainstream 32-bit console that people like actually played. But yeah, technically the Virtual Boy, it's 32-bit as well. It's just, I think the Virtual Boy sold less than 1 million units. I know less than 1 million units in the United States, maybe in the whole world, like including Japan, like, which basically means Japan and I think a little bit of Europe. But I remember Virtual Boys when they released them. I remember seeing commercials for it, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I just happened, my birthday just happened to be around the time that the Virtual Boy was released. And actually what happened was the Virtual Boy was released, and I guess maybe all of those units sold out, or I don't think they sold out. I think they were like withdrawn from stores because they just weren't selling. And so like 6 months to a year later, probably more like 6 months, they did another like, mass shipment of Virtual Boys to, stores like Walmart, Kmart, Circuit City, I think, back when that existed. And the second time they released it, which was the final time, it had a lower price. I want to say it was down to like $100. And so I just so happened to have my birthday right around that time. Like I guess it was my 7th birthday. And so I asked for a Virtual Boy. And my loving parents spent, $100 of their hard-earned money. And this is back when, in the mid-90s when $100 was a lot of money. They bought me a Virtual Boy. And that is... I won't say it's my favorite console, my favorite gaming system to play, but just in terms of collective. So, we're talking about collectability and stuff. Like the Virtual Boy is a collectible item. Oh, crap. I do not want to die. The Virtual Boy is, dare I say, investment grade. I mean, between, the original, it's all original, and I have like 5 games for it. And I think if I were to sell it, I could probably get like $1,000 for the collection, the console plus the games. I'm gonna go save it. I'm gonna go save my progress. But then again, I wouldn't sell the and there have been times over the years that I've been hard up. Like when I was in college, I remember being hard up for money, and I think I actually listed the Virtual Boy on eBay, and I think I got an offer, but I just, decided not to sell it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I kept it, because basically anything these days, any video game, console, or any game for that matter, you can emulate. And you can emulate Virtual Boy games, but it's just not the same experience as, putting your eyes up to, the little screen and actually playing the game that way. Nothing will ever, I guess technically maybe an Oculus Rift or something along those lines will compare. In fact, I want to say Oculus Rift bought some patents from Nintendo that they had come out with for the Virtual Boy. And so there's some food for thought. Oculus Rift had, they bought some intellectual property that Nintendo came up with back in the day for the Virtual Boy. Now this is the part. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful not to die. But this is a good place to level up very quickly. Crap. This is a good place, like just going through this room once and defeating all the enemies will level you up like 10 times. And so like from here on out, like there's only one other time in the game, like when I get to the inverted castle, that like I'll actually grind, like spending time to level up. But like this is it. Like I'm gonna just grind through this room and level up, and then like for the rest of the game, I'm not concerned about leveling up because I can do it so quickly in this. Like I said, I can level up like 10 times in this room just by clearing it once. And Crap. And yeah, this is a nice little way to, you know, build your strength and your hit points and defense and all of that. And see, these things eventually run out, and you come to the next one. Ooh, and that one got me. But you have to stand here and just punch it with the jewel glove as soon as it, or jewel knuckle, as soon as it appears. And just keep doing this. And there's like 2 or 3 more of these little things where these will-o-wisps, these blue fireballs looking things appear from. And yeah, this is a great place to level up. And so like for the rest of the game, until I get to the inverted castle, for the rest of the normal castle, the non-inverted castle, I'm not going to worry about leveling up. Like this is the only level, like the beginning of the game where I fight those jumping fish looking things. I don't even know what they're called. And right here, this is the only leveling up I'll do in the normal castle. And then I'll grind one more time in the inverted castle. And otherwise I will be, you know, suitably powered with regards to, you know, attack and defense and HP and all that jazz. You butthead. Yeah, sometimes it appears and goes right over me, but it's just a matter of watching. See, now that one's out. Now there's some more ghosts and enemies over here. Ah, you butthead. We hit each other at the same time. Anyway, so I've been talking a lot, so I'll just kind of shut up for a while and let you enjoy the gameplay and the music. Certainly, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to leave a comment and I will reply and help as much as I can. I mean, there's plenty of, I mean, the way I learned, like, a lot of the, I'd say, everything I know about Castle, you know, Symphony of the Night is by watching either Twitch videos, mostly YouTube videos, like watching, you know, 100% playthroughs, which I think it's technically like 206% or something along those lines. Watching those playthroughs and watching like other people, that's how I found out just like about where all the secrets are and just stuff like that. Anyway, so I'll be quiet now and let you enjoy the game. And yep, that's it. You just have to beat up those blue flaming balls, and I mean, I think I just leveled up, I don't know, like 6 times maybe. And so that'll be good enough to get me through the rest of the castle without having to like stress too much about, how hard the game's going to be. I almost said a cuss word just then, but I chose not to. I almost said several cuss words just then, but I chose not to. So, alright, so all of that, if you want to like skip ahead like 10 or 15 minutes, I'm about to go back and do all that leveling up again that I just did because I was coming back here to save my progress and that. Sorry, YouTube. I apologize for that. That was pathetic. I have no words for what just happened. That was just pathetic. And I was trying to use a potion right as he hit me. I can't believe that just happened. Now I have to do this room again. Yeah, so just go ahead and skip forward like 10 minutes. I can't believe I just did that. Cannot believe that just happened. Yeah, that's probably going to shut me up for a while, so because that's just so frustrating. That's actually not the first time that's happened either, where I sit here and spend 10-15 minutes leveling up and then die on my way to go save it. Anyway, time to sit here and just be quiet. Believe that I died. No, I can't believe that happened. And so this time, because and that's the direction I want to go, or you know, that I need to go next, is this way. So I'm going to go ahead and use a potion. And we're going to not let that happen again. You see, it's just that simple. Oh, I can't believe that happened. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry indeed. Give me that back. And yeah, FYI, like sometimes if you see me talking but you don't hear my voice, it's because my microphone is not picking up my voice for whatever reason. I mean, I think it's a Streamlabs thing because this microphone has never given me any issues until I started using Streamlabs. And so, yeah. Hi, Maria. Bye, Maria. Oh, I still can't believe that I died back there. That's so frustrating. I love this music, by the way. This is some of my favorite music on the game. Especially when the organ, the pipe organ comes in. I think this is a dead end for now. Like I need to come around the other way and unlock this. Or maybe this is a teleport room. Yeah, that's a dead end. I'll come over from that's the Coliseum over there. I'll come back from the Coliseum and unlock that door. And yeah, so I was watching Caleb Hart speedrun Final Fantasy VII, and it looks like he's playing Ninja Gaiden now, so he must have died. So I'm just gonna close out of that. I like watching him speedrun, but nowadays, whenever he dies, he just, I mean, because those are 6.5 hour speed runs that have so much RNG that, okay, so this part is really interesting. I believe it's a husband and a wife, and when you sit in their chairs, like the other one comes, like the ghost of that, your husband or wife here, they either greet you with like something pleasant or they attack you, and I think it's the in-game timer that dictates it, but let's see what happens this time. That's weird. So yeah, there's a few different options. Like I think she'll either cry or she'll attack you. Now let's see what the husband does. He's probably going to attack me. Yeah. Now, but sometimes he'll give you, or she will give you, like, an item that restores your HP. And so I don't know, like, I don't know if it's perfectly random or if there's something you can do to determine that outcome. But anyway, I think it's pretty interesting that that room, I don't really understand the purpose of that room other than to sit in those chairs and see the ghosts of whomever those people are. Crap, get up there. Jump! Dang it, I keep pressing jump, but it's like, I don't want to jump. Oh yeah, that's a dead end anyway. It never fails. Those birds always knock me off these ledges. It never fails. Maria, Maria. Sorry, I'm talking to Maria. I just want to play the game. I want to go save Richter Belmont. Nice try, Diddy. But I don't want that weapon. Now, this is a teleport room, if I remember correctly, yeah. And I might actually go ahead and use it because I have nothing else to do in this part of the castle just yet, I think. Or actually, no, I think I need to go up here. Oh, I can't remember now. I think this is where I get the weep stone, yeah. I need to get the leap stone, which allows me to jump twice. Then I need to go back to the library. Oh, no. Then I need to go to the clock tower and then go to the Colosseum and get the form of mist. Then go back to the library so I can get the bat so that I can wing smash all over the place and not have to run around and jump. Ugh. And I can get to where I'm going a lot more quickly. Oh, come on. Yes. Now I can jump twice. Yay. And see, that's why they put this teleport room over here. So that I can teleport. Let's see, what is going to be the quickest way to the clock tower? Which I think is like in the dead center of the screen. I think it'll be quickest to just go teleport to the outer wall and then just run back to the center of the castle where the clock tower is. That'll be the quickest way there. There really is no, that's the thing about the clock tower, there really is no like shortcut because it's like in the dead center of the castle and all of the teleport rooms are kind of along the outside of the castle. And so no matter where you're coming from, like to get to the clock tower is generally an inconvenience. Actually, let me back up. I just realized that's not the teleport room that I wanted to use. I want to go back here. I meant to teleport to the other side of the castle. Duh. Duh. No, what did I just do? I didn't mean to use that potion. Oh well, life goes on. Let's make sure I am at that point. All right, cool. I did. Okay, I did get that. No. Nice try, Diddy. Is that moment? To it, sure. See, if I do this, I can go up here. Oops. Let's see if that sword is any good. No. It's garbage. Those items are garbage. Yeah, so I don't think I'll make it to the inverted castle tonight. I mean, it is already 12:30 a.m. We'll see though. We'll see how far because I mean, I am kind of tired and my feet hurt. Oh, my feet hurt so bad. I'm standing on them. I need to get some better shoes. Oh, come on. Oh, no, we don't want to die. We do not want to die. Anyway, I'll go on over to the Colosseum. Yeah, I don't even care about that sword at this point. I don't want to die. I can tell you that much. This area has really cool music too. This whole game has cool music. I'll get that lightning whip for now. I'll go down here and refill my health and save the game. Because I have died on this boss before. I'm being real conservative, like, with my health. Because I'm trying. Oh, good thing this is an elevator. Now I'm going to, there's a reason they give you that library card. Let's see, I have 4 potions. I'll just switch that out for the library card. And there's a reason they give you that library card. It's because now that you have the form of mist, you can go to the library and get the form of bat, or whatever it's called. You get the ability to transform into the bat. And I have some jewelry that I could sell. Big money. Big money. Now, what do I want to buy? I think I'll go for the diamond plate. And then a few potions. You can never have too many potions. Gosh, I hope I have some ice cream left over. I want some ice cream. Ah, crap. See, now I wish I had a better special weapon though. This Thunder Whip is like, I'm about to use it. It is, sometimes I like the Thunder Whip, sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes it seems like it's powerful, and then other times it seems like it's not. Oh yeah, and there's a boss right here. Oops. No, what? Oh no. I'm not gonna reset it, I'm just gonna die. I had the library card set to use in my pocket. That was so stupid. I thought I was about to use a potion. That was so stupid. I mean, I guess I could just continue on. That was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Yep, I used my library card, but okay, back to the potion. Diamond plate. All right, let's do it. I cannot believe I did that. Thought I was using a potion, and in the middle of that battle, I just bloop used a library card. Come here, you little butthead. Can't believe I did that. That was just silly. You bastard. No, do not freaking curse me again. Yeah, sure. The soul of that. You butthead. And here are some more chairs that you can sit in. Ooh, I just got the stone mask. Those things are so annoying, the little fleas. They are so annoying. Now, where should I go next? I am going to go get the rainbow mantle and then go underground, but I like to go ahead and have the rainbow mantle just because that's my favorite, like, piece of equipment on here because it changes colors and I just think that's so cool. Medusa, you suck. I guess I'll just go in here first. This is the way to get to, like, the room with all the gears that turn the clock. I guess that, I don't know what that room's called. The clock tower. I don't know. I guess I've been misspeaking when I call the other room the clock tower. No. Yeah, this is my least favorite area on this game because it's just so annoying, but this is where you get the rainbow mantle. No, I gotta go this way. Stop. No, give me that. Crap. That was worth the 50 hearts that I used to freeze all of those enemies. Ooh, I got a Medusa shield. How about that? Oh, come on. Oops. This is where I want to be, over there. Oh, of course it changed weapons inadvertently. Wouldn't have it any other way. I think the jewel sword is around here somewhere. I always forget about this boss. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and fight Richter Belmont and beat the game, but at this point, you've only seen like less than half the game. And so there's still a lot to do. I think next I want to go I'm gonna go pick up some of these power-ups real quick. So that's the way you go to fight Richter, but we're not going to go fight Richter just yet. Oops. Ah, crap, you buttheads. Okay, straight up. He better not hit me again. Stop. Come down here and fight me, you little butthead. Alright. Come on, dude. Come here. Alright. Third time's the charm. There's some upgrade up here. I think it has something to do with mist. I can't remember. Power of mist. Whatever that means. So now I'm going to go underground. I'm going to use this teleport room. Let's see, where am I? Actually, I want to go to the clock tower first. And by clock tower, I mean the clock room. I guess it would be probably just as quick to go this way. I want to get the like boost jump thing, the high jump, and then I'm going to go underground. I love the rainbow mantle. I love how it changes colors. No. Had I unlocked the room in the Colosseum while I was there, I could have just taken a shortcut, but that's what I get for wanting to leave so soon and go get the Soul of Bat, but life goes on. I guess I could go ahead to the... I'll go back to the Colosseum before I go underground, because there's some useful items like the blood cloak. I guess I'll go back to the Colosseum before I go underground. Come here, you little... Actually, I want to go up here. I guess there's nothing up here, is there? Guess not. Oh, come on. And then I want to go this way. I'm not even gonna waste my time with those little pain in the butts. Now, this is where I want to go. Oops. The gravity boots. Can I break open that wall? No. Oops. Oh, I guess I'll just hang out here for a minute until this thing opens back up. And I think I picked up some other swords. Let's see, the fire mail. No. I don't know that I've ever had the Medusa shield before, but I don't really care about using it. I don't use shields in this game. I mean, I know there's like a special attack that you can use that's like really good that has something to do with the shield, but I don't really use shields. Sword card. Off the top of my head, I'll have to go back and find it. No. No, that's not what I meant to do. Ooh, the rapier. I think the rapier is a pretty good sword. Let me check it out. Oh, never mind. I already have 2 of them. That was stupid. Do, do, do. All of the Colosseum, yeah. So now I'm going to go back the way I came and go underground. I think I'll maybe play for like another hour. See how far I get. Yeah, and I will be streaming tomorrow. I do have, give me that. I do have some stuff to do. Actually, let me go up this way. Yeah, and the jewel sword should be around here somewhere. No. I think the sword card is down here. I always get confused with this part. Oh, I think I'm near Old Rocks, the enemy. I think he's up though. I think this takes me like back towards, like I'm about to unlock a shortcut. Yeah. But I'm actually going back this way. I'm gonna go fight Old Rocks, and the jewel sword is around here somewhere. But then, anyway, I'm gonna fight Old Rocks, then go underground. Now, do I have a resist fire? No, I don't. But I do have 2 power potions, so I'll use one of them. Just because this battle is kind of a pain in the rear end. Now let me switch back to the potions. Alright, Old Rocks. Let's do it. And so, yeah, that battle would have taken twice as long had I not used that power potion. Now, oh yeah. Echo of Bat, I will actually need that when I go underground. So I'm glad I came here first, because that would have been a big waste of time to have to come back here. Come on. Man, I want the jewel. Actually, let me go back this way. This is where I got the sword card. Right, yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm getting turned around. Yeah. Give me that. Sword. Turn this reminder off on my phone, otherwise it's going to keep going off. I'm going to set it forward to tomorrow. Today, we'll do it in the morning. Right. Now, where am I? Yeah, I'm going to go back. Yeah, this way. Wait, do something. I think I know where the jewel sword is. I would like to have it. I think it's down here. No. This is some really awesome music as well. There's so much good music in this game. Jewel sword is just randomly dropped by a particular enemy, and I can't remember which one it is now. And it's making me kind of sad because the jewel sword, yeah, I might as well do this part while I'm down here. No, no. Dude. This is the fun stuff. It's water flow and it floods this little thing right here. And these 4 guys. Secret boots. These are for short kings. If you know, you know. Ask me what the mermaid statue does. I honestly do not know. This is just a shortcut that I'm unlocking, and then I'm going to go back down to the underground caverns. Actually, is this where the jewel sword is? Hold on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Aha, that is where the jewel sword is. So it has a pretty decent attack, but it turns enemies into jewels that I can turn around and sell. And so this is how you make money. Cash money. Anyway, back to the task at hand. X is not my best battle ever. That was a pretty good battle, however. Oh, I almost left the room without getting that, and I think if I leave the room and don't get that, then it disappears. The glaring cloth, ooh. I think I'll stick with the rainbow mantle. Now, what's crazy is I remember watching a YouTube video where like someone did this, you know, like 206% or however, you know, like the full like the entire game, and they did it in like 7 hours. I mean, I'm 3 hours in. I guess I could potentially do it in 7 hours, but there's a lot to this game. I didn't mean to do that. Now this, the holy symbol, makes it so that the ice water doesn't hurt me anymore. I don't know what holiness has to do with freezing water, but there you have it. And so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like hidden in the water down here, which is why I was going through the water as opposed to riding on the boat back. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now we're gonna go to the abandoned mine. You buttholes. Uh, Otherwise, it will attack the enemy that I need to lure over into place so that he will blow up this wooden floor. That ought to be good. Now, give me back my sword card. Now, I want to switch back to the Tengu card for a minute so he can open this door, or this hidden passage, whatever you want to call it.
あら、こんなところにスイッチがあるわね。それじゃ今週の目玉、ポチッとな。
Now, give me back my sword card. They sound like babies. They're like wah, wah. Come on, come on. Yeah. Still. But I'm getting tired. I might have to call it a night here soon. It's almost 2 a.m. You know what? I think I will call it a night here. I'm exhausted. Anyway, so I will pick up with this stream tomorrow. I'm going to save my progress, which is how you do this on a Sega Saturn with an action replay. You have to reset it and then go down to memory manager, copy it from system memory to cartridge memory. Okay, so yeah, this is going on YouTube where it should be permanently, and so I will start with part 2 tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you did, and I will see you next